Hello, guys. It's Amy with Lily Bean Designs. How's everyone doing today? I'm sitting here trying to find a shade of pink that I like because I'm going to do a different color scheme on this door hanger. And I don't know if I have enough of this color. I think I do, but I'm not sure. All right, we're going to use a backup here. Good afternoon. Okay, guys. So, I already have someone on here that I cannot see your name. It says, "Good afternoon. Hope all is good with your and your mom is doing well." Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. So sometimes when you're watching from a Facebook group, which right now we should be live in SVG Clubhouse, it doesn't let me see your name because there's a button that you have to click to allow StreamYard permission. So if you don't know, StreamYard is the platform that I use to be able to do the split screen that you're seeing. So I can see Sandra Jackson says hello. Hello, Sandra. But the other comment that I see so far, I don't know who you are. So I don't know if maybe you need to click that button or you want to like go out and back in again and see if the button pops up. But the rest of y'all that are watching, please comment and say hello so I know you can hear me and see me and all of the things. And please click that little button so that I can see your names, because otherwise, like I said, I can't see who anybody is. So we are painting our door hanger this month. I had a couple of requests for this. I'm sorry about the shadows. I have all these ring lights set up, and for some reason, I don't know, I cannot get rid of shadows. I have light coming in from like everywhere, and it's still gonna have shadows for some reason. It drives me a little bit batty. But this door hanger, so let me hold up the other one so y'all can see. Okay, so here's the one that I painted for the club this month in the blue and green color scheme. And several people wanted to know how I did this door hanger. And I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all. This is not anything that I would call a technique. This is simply me just getting like totally crazy with a paintbrush. So what I did was I painted the colors, and then I kind of went back with a mixture of the alternating color and white. And I just sort of, I don't know, I just sort of did that. And it was like kind of just what I did at the moment. I hope that I can replicate it for y'all because I painted it weeks ago, and sometimes I do things and I'm like, how did I do that again? And I didn't film myself doing it. So yeah, I hope that I can replicate it. I'm gonna hang it up here so I can see it for inspiration to paint the other one today for y'all. But today, I thought that I would use a different color scheme just to mix it up for you guys a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, I have the only person, if y'all see the comments, the only person whose name I can see is Sandra. Everybody else says Facebook user. So do you guys see a button? Comment and tell me, do you see a pop-up, something on your screen that says allow not Facebook, allow StreamYard permission? I think it says allow StreamYard permission to share your profile. It doesn't pop up for me, so I don't know what it says, but I'm pretty sure that's what it says because when I'm watching someone else's live, I've had that pop up and I've clicked it. So then I can see who y'all are because I don't know who you are. So someone says it's 11 a.m. here in Washington State, still morning. Oh yeah, you're across the country. I don't know what just happened because my Wi-Fi signal is fine. So I apologize, y'all. Tell me if you can still see me. That never happened before. That was weird. I just totally lost StreamYard. It just said there was a problem and it went down and now it's back up again. So hopefully both of these cameras are working. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm back. Good. Thank goodness. Whew. I was like, okay, I don't need like another tech issue today because I have enough tech issues all the time. So that's a new one for me. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so Sandra says she went to StreamYard and gave permission. So yeah, that's an idea. Y'all might want to see if that works. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I wish that Facebook would let us do this with the split screen, but there's no way of doing it that way. So that's why I use StreamYard. And it's got so many fun features because I can put pictures up on the screen for y'all. I can put links, scrolling text. I mean, all kinds of stuff that I love this platform for. So if you guys do live videos, normally StreamYard is awesome, but today that went down. So at least it went back up and I didn't have to like start a whole new video because that would have been bad because then y'all would have been like, where are you? Okay, and y'all excuse me because as usual, I have pool hair because it's too hot down here in Louisiana to do anything but get in the pool. Hey Kim, how are you? All right, well, I'm gonna get started. I'm not gonna hold y'all up anymore, but I grabbed a few paint colors and I'm still kind of on the fence about them, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I've been like hemming and hawing over this all morning. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what I picked out. Y'all tell me what you think. So I have got, so what I'm doing is 3 colors and then white. So I pulled out Deco Art Bright Blue. These are all Deco Art. And then this Periwinkle, and then Carousel Pink. And then if I run out of Carousel Pink, or I could just go ahead and switch. I found this at Walmart. It's called Bright Magenta, and it's very similar to Carousel Pink. So I do have that. I don't think I'm going to run out. I'm looking at where I'm going to use it, and I think I'll be okay. Okay, so we will get started. And so this door hanger is a little bit different because you've got you don't have like a lot of attachment pieces. You have this lettering and the little house and the little band. If you have a smaller laser, I did include a split version. So you'll have this in 2 pieces. And then you can just attach that band across the front, and that will, once you glue that down, that'll hold everything together. So that's kind of cool. So if you have a Glowforge Basic, okay, so y'all have to tell me, Glowforge has come out with a new machine called the Aura, and it is a 12 by 12 bed. Is that right? I believe it's a 12 by 12 bed, which makes me think that you can really only cut 11 by 11. So if y'all know anything about it, tell me if I'm right on that. So obviously that is going to be something that is not going to work with a lot of my files, but it will work with some of them, but you'll have to rearrange the pieces on, because I normally, when I design my files, I design them for, I place everything in a 19.5 by 11 rectangle. That way, if you have a Glowforge and you pull it into your program, it loads on your screen and it fits on your screen and you don't have to move stuff around. If you have a bigger laser, it will still work because the pieces are all there. They're just, they're all within that size, which conserves wood, right? But this Aura being a smaller machine is going to throw a crimp in all that. So I'm sorry, I'm sitting here trying to figure out like which brush I want because I have new brushes. I got new brushes. They're just cheapy Walmart brushes. So yeah, so I figure it will work with some of my files like the tiered trays and the shelf sitters and the tags and the ornaments and things like that, but you will have to move some pieces around. All right, if y'all see me looking over here, I'm looking at the other door hanger to see like where I want my colors to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dark blue. I have my plate here. This is just my little paper plate with my colors on it. And I'm going to just do a little bit of like a swoop where I want this color to be so that I don't mess up while I'm talking to y'all, because that would be just totally like me to be talking and to paint something the wrong color. So I don't want it caked on because I don't want it to be like a blob underneath my paint. So these are all the places that I want this blue color to be. And right here. Okay, so those are all the places that I want the bright blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint those. So I like to use an angled brush. Y'all know that. This is just one of my little angled brushes. It's about 1 centimeter wide. Just gives me, I feel like, more control over the paintbrush when it's angled. And I think that started with painting walls in my previous houses, because a family friend of ours painted houses for a living when he was in college. And he told me, if you're painting your walls in your house, to get a 2-inch, at least, like 2 or 2.5-inch angled brush to do your trim work, because that is just a good size to do all those angles and to get up next to the ceiling. And so I painted lots of rooms with that brush, and that got me to where I feel like I can flick the angled brush around to get into like corners and stuff, and it just works better. But I know some people like a straight brush. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to do a little bit of like distressing and abstract paint techniques and things like that. So don't feel like if you get out of the lines a little bit on this that it's going to be a disaster, because it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't do many door hangers that have a pattern on the back. But actually the last couple of months I've added that to the repertoire, I guess, right? The plaid pattern and then this quilted pattern. And those seem to be trending right now. A lot of like patterns and geometrical shapes and things like that. So hopefully you guys like those. You are going to be getting your September files on Friday, right? Friday's the 1st. So you'll get your September club files on the 1st. And they are Halloween themed, which I'm very excited about. And I love this bundle, y'all. It's so fun. I know you guys are going to love it. I'm so excited about it. So get ready for that. Be on the lookout in your email for that. So y'all comment and tell me what you're doing today. Tell me what's going on. And tell me if you've painted this door hanger and if you used a different color scheme and just what you did. And tell me, are you a quilter? Do you like to quilt? I am not a quilter. I'm not sure that I have the patience for quilting. Maybe one day when I'm retired. But I don't know. I don't know that I have the patience for it. My stepmother, my dad and my stepmom live in Georgia. They do quilting together. Like she's a quilter, and then he sort of started helping her with the technical side of it. So they got a long arm. I think I'm calling that the right machine. They have a machine called a long arm, and I think he kind of got into the technical side of it, like the computer side of it, and they got into it. It's more her thing, I think, but I know for a while he was getting into it. And then I believe right now, I think she's still selling fabric sections for quilts. Like I think she cuts the fabric. She goes and buys it and then cuts it into like whatever sizes and sells it in like packs. So Mary, if you're watching, tell me if you're still doing that. I know the last time I talked to Dad that y'all were still doing that. we were talking about shipping and the fact that he didn't have to drive to the post office because they will pick up from your house if you ship priority boxes. You don't have to go to the post office and lug your heavy door hanger boxes to the post office and make multiple trips in from your car. Did y'all know that? If you're shipping your products, as long as you have one priority box, they will pick everything up from your front porch, and you can schedule the pickup the day before. As long as it's like by midnight the night before, they'll pick it up for you. I do that with all my cutouts, and it's so, so nice to not have to make a trip to the post office and stand in line. And, you know, I know my old post office in my hometown didn't have a automatic door, which doesn't seem like a big deal until you're carrying a stack of very heavy boxes in and you're making multiple trips from your car and the door doesn't open and you have to, like, you know, and you're by yourself. And so, yeah, that's a thing. So it is really, really nice that they offer that service. I will be honest, I have had some issues. Occasionally, they don't pick my stuff up, which is super irritating. I don't know what the problem is. I do know that sometimes there's a substitute driver and it's not their usual route. And, you know, for some reason they just don't get the memo. But usually they do fine and pick everything up. I don't leave stuff on my porch and like go away for like the weekend and stuff like that. Like sometimes I'll be at the store when they come and they'll pick them up because I always felt like I lived in a place where nobody was going to steal stuff. But you know, I definitely make sure I hang around and that they do come and get it just in case. I know a lot of people have Ring doorbells. I don't actually have a Ring doorbell yet, but I need to get one. This, I would love to see pictures if you guys make this door hanger or any of the other files for the month, what your color scheme was, because this could just be so pretty with so many different combinations of colors. I thought you could probably do, well, you could definitely do a Christmas color color scheme on here. And that would be really pretty. I'm going over the line a little bit. See, that's okay though. Because we are going to go back with white and go over the lines. Are you guys making Halloween projects yet? I'm going to hop over here and make sure that y'all can still see me because it's worrying me since the camera went down. Let me just make sure that I'm still live in the group. Y'all tell me if you, okay, I think it's still live. Okay. Got all of my Christmas gifts for family done. Sandra, girl, I want to know how y'all do that. I want to know how people who buy that far in advance, how do you do it? I would love to do that. I feel like I don't know what I want for people until right before. I'm a last minute, not last minute, but I'm like a December shopper. I'm definitely a December shopper. I think the people who stress me out the most, to be honest, are my children because my children are, they're older now. And so they're harder to buy for, especially my son. And I don't want to just give him money because, that's not fun. Giving him money is not fun. So I just don't know how you shop so far ahead of time because we have issues come up with like if I'm buying for my in-laws, then sometimes in November the family will decide like hey, we are uh, going to do a group gift. This is what it's going to be. La la la. Um, so yeah. All right. I think one, two, three. All right, so my main colors, yeah, I'm gonna do, okay, so I'm gonna do this color here. So I'm gonna go back again and I'm gonna put my spots on here so I know where my colors are gonna be. This is my periwinkle color. Oh, okay, so you do wait on your kids. Yeah, I was gonna say, that would be hard. All right, so here, and this is green on the other one. Okay, those are all the spots that we're doing periwinkle. Well, I'm definitely jealous that you have your shopping done because I hate that looming over my head. But I do a lot of Amazon shopping. Sorry, y'all, I get quiet when I'm trying to stay in the lines. I feel like for Christmas shopping, a lot of the people I do need to buy gifts for are the people who are hard to shop for, and a lot of the people who are easy to buy gifts for, I don't exchange gifts with. Like friends and my sister, we just usually don't exchange gifts because it's just too much. It's like we have so many people to buy for and it's just a lot. But those are the people that honestly would be more fun to shop for because I just tend to see things while I happen to be out that I'm like, oh, I knew they would like that. Also, you guys, if you are not already a member of my other club, Club Create a Kit, we are opening the doors next Tuesday to new members. And we only open that club maybe twice a year. And that is my club for DIY box kit folks. So if you like to offer box kits to your customers, then you might want to check that club out. And you can go to clubcreateakit.com. So what we do in this club is every month you get a design, a file to make a kit that fits in a 9x9 inch pizza box. And we give you all of the marketing materials that you need. So you get all the graphics, you get printable stickers, you get a supply list, you get editable designs. So you can either just use the designs we make, or you can go to the editable links we give you in Canva, and you can edit the designs to suit your business. So like if you want to add your logo, or if you want to change something, you can. We also give you business tips and trainings in the group. So we do some videos in the group on packing, shipping, all kinds of things, using Canva, using just different platforms to grow your business and to gain a following. I can't remember the other tutorials in there off the top of my head. So Kara from Kinsley's Creative Palette and we run that group together, and Kara does lots of the trainings in there. We are going to be offering a bonus next week when you join the first 2 days, so either Tuesday or Wednesday. There's a bonus box that you get. And then you can also get a bonus box for going to the website. Like right now, if you want to go to the website and sign up to get on the waiting list to be notified when the doors open, you get a free kit. Like when I say kit, I mean like you get the file, you get the graphics, you get the supply list, you get the Canva stuff. You get it all, the printable stickers, everything for that box. And we're actually going to be putting a new free box up in the next couple of days. We have a new one that we're going to add because that one's been on the website for a little while. So we have a new freebie that's going to be popping up. So if you want to grab the old freebie right now, the new freebie, I don't think Kara's put the new one up yet. She hadn't as of this morning. But that could have changed since this morning. I'm not sure when she was going to do it, sometime soon. But we have a lot of fun files coming up for that group as well for the holidays. If you do paint parties, this would work for a paint party. We give you all the stuff well ahead of the season in that group, even further than this group. We give it to you ahead of the season. So, you're prepared to cut everything for your boxes, prep your boxes, ship them all out and everything, so your customers get them in time for the holiday. So that group's going to be opening, and that group is $20 a month. And you can join for the year and get a month free. And the boxes are super fun. Right now we have a really fun fall box, and we're getting ready to send out the new file for the month of September, which is going to be a Halloween box. And that gives members all the stuff on September 1st so that they can spend September cutting everything and packing it and printing and, all the things and selling their boxes. And then you can ship everything out on like October 1st, and then people have it in plenty of time to create their project for Halloween. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be going live next week. You'll see me on my page as well as Kara's palette, and we're going to be showing you guys some of the boxes, putting them together, talking about everything that we do in the club. Okay, so that's second color. Now we go back and we're going to do the pink. So Sandra says I have, oh, my contacts are going wonky on me. Made things for my brothers and sisters' families. They have some things that when they show me, they still have them. I just shake my head and ask myself why. That's funny. People feel bad getting rid of homemade gifts. I feel bad getting rid of homemade gifts that anybody gives me. I definitely can't get rid of any of the ones my kids give me. I've got boxes of my kids' elementary school projects I can't get rid of. Ceramic, like cats and all kinds of stuff they made when they were little that I just can't part with. I love this carousel pink color. I think it is so pretty. This would have matched my old screen porch perfectly. I had a nautical theme out there, and it was a lot of pink and blue, and I also had some lime green. Sandra, no, we did not finish our tiki bar. It is an ongoing project for sure. I have, I've painted 3 out of, I think, 7 tiki poles. My next one, I did a, I just did a Mardi Gras themed one. That was really fun. They're not all themed, but I did a Mardi Gras themed one. And the next one is going to be a, so my husband and I went to a school called Radford University in Virginia. That's where we went to college, and he played rugby. So the Radford rugby team back in the day, back in the 90s, the colors, their jersey colors were black and yellow. So we are doing a Radford Rugby themed tiki pole, and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to make the little tiki man look like he's wearing the jersey and the shorts and has a mouth guard in his mouth. And he has like a headband thing around his head. And I'm going to paint those colors as well. And so yeah, that's going to be really fun. So I can't wait to get that one done. I have a little bit left to do on the Mardi Gras themed one, but it's been raining here, which actually was a nice break from the heat. And so I've taken a break from painting. Sometimes you need a break from that just to kind of reinvigorate your creativity. So yeah, so I am going to go back and probably this next week I'll get the rest of the Mardi Gras one done and the rugby one done, and then we'll see what else. I think we're going to do an 82nd Airborne theme on one because my husband was in the 82nd back in what year? 97, 96 to 99. So we're going to do one in that theme too with the emblem on it. So that should be really fun. Okay, y'all. So we are going to start doing some of the distressing, like the other one. So let me get some white paint out. And I feel like I need a dry brush. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a chip brush, and this is dry, no water on here. And I am going to, all right, let me think. Trying to think how I got started on this when I did the first one. All right. I'm just going to do white first. So I'm going to get a little bit of white paint on my brush, but I'm going to dab a lot of it off. I don't want a whole lot. So I dabbed some off on my paper plate, and then I'm going to dab some just on my little paper towel that I have here, just so my paintbrush is better too dry than too wet, so you don't overdo it on the paint. Okay, so just going to kind of do this just to start the distressing. And try to go in the direction of that section, if that makes any sense. So the direction that the line is going. Okay, so far we've just got the white on there, and I'm going to turn it around and do the other side. And if paint starts mixing in, like where the pink was still a little bit wet and it's mixing in, that's okay, because we are actually going to do some mixing here after this anyway with the colors, so that's all right. I want that look anyway. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go and get a little bit of the periwinkle color. So I've got my plate. This is the periwinkle color. I'm going to get a little bit of that on my brush. I'm not rinsing my brush, and I'm dabbing a lot of that off. I don't want very much on there. And I'm going back in. So I've kind of dabbed most of it off. And now I'm going to go back over here where my white is, and I'm going to have white on there too. So right now I've got white and I've got periwinkle, both on my brush. And I'm going to go over the blue areas. And if you don't see any up, then go back and pick up some more. So I want more periwinkle. So I'm going to go grab more of that. just on. Okay, so then I'm going to keep doing periwinkle and maybe a little bit of white in there. And I'm going to do the pink. So you want to start out kind of light-handed with it because you don't want to cover up the initial color too much. Just very lightly. Can y'all see that, what I'm doing? Very lightly in the direction of that color. Like that. Okay. All right, so then what do we want to do next? I'm going to get pink. So I'm going to make sure that most of this periwinkle is off. So you don't want your brush wet. So I'm going to dab the rest of the periwinkle off onto my paper towel. And then I'm going to go to pink. I'm going to get pink on my brush. You can use different brushes if you want to grab a clean brush, you can. But I personally like the look where the colors are kind of starting to blend a little bit. I'm going to fold my paper towel in another direction just so I've definitely got a nice dry towel to wipe stuff off on. All right, so now I want some pink on my blue and some pink on my periwinkle. Okay, and back on the periwinkle. Missed my blue over here. All right. Okay. So now I'm just looking at it overall and it looks a little darker than I want it. And actually this looks way darker on camera than it looks to me in person. It's actually much lighter in person. But I wanted to go back with some white because I want to just kind of lighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to just put white on my brush. And actually I'm noticing that it's no longer white. It's looking like a light pink color. If you like that, that is fine. But I actually just want white on my brush. So I'm going to grab another chip brush because I just want white. And just let me find another chip brush. Okay, I just buy these on Amazon. You can get them at any craft store. You can get them at Lowe's. Get a little bit of white on there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and I want white on top. Just because I want to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm always working in the same direction. I'm working away from the center. And if you want more white, then add more white. And if you've got some areas where it's darker than others, that is okay, because that's just kind of cool. No two of these door hangers are going to be alike. They're all going to look different. That's what I like about this design. Okay, so it looks kind of wild, right? Kind of crazy. And we still haven't painted the stuff to go on the front yet. But what we're going to do next is we are going to grab a white paint pen. I use Posca pens. That's my go-to paint pen. And I'm going to outline around all my lines. And I'm definitely steadying my arm by resting it on my table while I do this. And I'm kind of keeping my arm close to me because I want my hand to be steady while I do this. And I don't have a super steady hand. See how that just sets it off because you've got it outlined? Kind of looks like a snowflake. You could paint it like a snowflake, and then you could, instead of doing welcome home on the front, you could change it to let it snow. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so all our outlines are done. This would be pretty with a little bit of glitter too. Like maybe some silver glitter. I think that would be super pretty on this. All right, so this is pretty much done. Let me set this aside to dry. Okay. So I want to paint the backer white. Does anybody paint their wood before they cut it? Like, do you have sheets of white already painted? I don't. I just never know what colors I'm going to use. I'm not that much of a planner when it comes to painting. Trying to get some little blobs I have on here off. Okay, so our white is good. And I think for the welcome, I am going to use the periwinkle color and the sponge brush, the sponge stick. So this one is probably the 1 inch or maybe 1 1/4 inch size. I love doing my lettering with sponge sticks because I feel like it doesn't get all over the sides. And it gets a good 1 coat coverage. Sometimes I can get away with 1 coat, and that's really nice. Okay, and home, I think I'll do in the darker color. And this is the, what color did I say this was? The bright blue. And yes, I do know the trick for putting my letters down on the tape. I'm being lazy. I don't have that many letters, so. Okay, and I'm going to do the roof in that dark color. And I'm getting the water out of my sponge stick because I had stuck it down in the water so it wouldn't get hard. Not thinking I was going to use it again. But I am. I'm not going to do any pink on the letters. I'm going to just keep these letters with the blue tones, the blue and purple tones. And the pink can just be like a highlight color on the quilt pattern. Don't ask me why, that's just how my brain is. I don't want it to be too much because it's already like a lot. This door hanger is a lot of colors coming at you. Okay, so we are done. I'm going to put everything on the backer so y'all can see it all put together. Probably do one more coat of white on that band, but I just want y'all to go ahead and see it all put together for now. This would also be a cute sign if you wanted to use it for like a nursery sign and put a baby's name on it instead of the house and the welcome home. I think that would be really cute. So that is it all put together, y'all. I wish you could see it in real life because the colors are different. Like if you look at the colors in front of me and not the colors on, whoops, I'm pointing the wrong way, on the screen right there, see how different they look? Look how it looks lighter. You see that? For me, it's more purpley and pink. And in the camera, the blue looks a lot darker. So this, what's in front of me is actually way more accurate. I'm not going to hold it up because it's not glued, but that is way more accurate to what it looks in real life. Like that. So I'll take a picture of it when I get it all done and glued and put together and use, my good lighting and y'all can see. But that is it, y'all. I love this door hanger. I love quilted patterns. Very homey. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're excited about your September files. Be on the lookout for those in your email, and also be on the lookout next week. We'll be talking all about Club Create-A-Kit. So I'll be live to tell you all about that. And I will see y'all then. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.